Hello, my name is Tanner Edwards. I have come to tell you a speech about the agricultural miseducation of, of the public. Before I took agricultural classes at my high school, I often wondered where the food in my grocery stores came from. You know, like many other of my generation, I believe whenever information was presented to me, I never questioned the the the, the truth of my sources. But since my enrollment in agriculture classes, I have come to realize that the allegations and slander that industries receive regarding livestock conditions, my bad, slaughterhouses, organic and genetically modified organisms, or also known as GMOs, but are simply not true. Left and right, agricultural industries are being attacked by animal rights groups, and radicals. The public lacks some knowledge in use to spread false. The public lack knowledge, and have been spreading fake news throughout time. You know, through PETA and whatnot, and like I said, it was spreading false news and manipulated society into believing this false information about farm animals. The uses of natural resources and the production of organic and non-organic produce. If one searches slaughterhouse conditions in Google, the first thing that pops up is factory farm, like ... misery for animals. This article is published by PETA or people of the ethical treatment of animals. This is then followed by an article published by Vegan Outreach, and the list continues with articles by other animal activist organizations. Many of these organizations feel that all animals should have the same rights as human beings. Or as the Arizona Farm Bureau describes, a boy is a boy, or a boy is a dog is a pig, and a pig is a rat. These activists fail to realize that farm animals such as chickens, cattle, and pigs and sheep are specifically raised for human consumption and has been since their demarcation. It is also neglected that farmers must follow guidelines provided by the U.S. State Department of Agriculture, USDA, or the Food and Drug Administration or known as the FDA, to ensure that all animals in the top health have have a peaceful death and are able to produce the highest quality product. In addition to these guidelines, these are specifically proven that an animal that is mistreated before its death is unable to produce high quality product, and therefore causes farmers' profit to decrease. More times than I can count, I've seen this propaganda stacking that stock used for consumption is pumped with steroids and increase yield. And therefore humans are consuming these drugs and steroids, which is absolutely not true. If you do a little light research, one can learn that the USDA has a strict regulations regarding artificial hormones and what they can and cannot be in animal systems at the time of death. Many livestock used for slaughter do not have a lifespan long enough to live. I'm sorry. Many livestock used for slaughter do not have a lifespan long enough for any hormones or steroids to make a significant difference. I'm sorry, that's what I was supposed to say. As the uses of drugs, such as antibiotics, the animal is in question cannot be slaughtered until it's met an appropriate withdrawal time and can pass a drug test. As far as the slaughterhouse regulations, I have seen far too many videos and false information depicting what death is like at the slaughterhouse. Oftentimes, these videos are taken out of content and usually shown an animal seizing or kicking out of death. That is not true. It is a nerve problem. It is not a nerve problem. It is the nerves that are just shocked, and that they have a reaction to that shock. According to the USDA, cattle, swine, poultry are to be under influence of CO2, electric stun, or captive bolt. At the same time of death, to ensure that the animal has a safe and comfortable passing, the kicking and seizing in the videos is often results of the neuros misfiring due to a sudden death. Like I was saying, it's just a sharp, blunt cut off from your nerves, so your everything is just moving around in there. This type of propaganda is taken out of context, manipulating viewers into thinking that the animal is suffering and receiving poor treatment. These regulations provided by the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, allows for animals to have a stress-free and humane death, which probably would not be the case if they were left to die of natural causes. The vegan activists often disregard the human digestive system is designed to be omnivores and organisms that omnivores can digest both plant material and flesh material. Homo sapiens have a monogastric digestive system, which means we do have the functioning cecum. The cecum is an organ in the house of bacteria that can break down cellulose, the main nutrient in plant material. Because humans lack the organ that they are unable to process calcium and receive very little nutrients from the plant material. However, we do need to consume plants and receive some vitamins and minerals as well as fiber. But the average human being would be unable to survive naturally without an aid of artificial supplement if animal producers were cut off if animal productions were completely cut off of their diet. Another fact is often overlooked that without the agricultural revolution and the domestication of animals, we would still be living in hunter-gathering systems and not be at this level of society today. Agriculture plays a very large role in developing our world and how our generation is going to come up after we're gone. If it's not dead and gone. The last issue I'll be speaking about is the misunderstanding regarding organic products and genetically modified organisms. And in my everyday life, I have seen ads and posters informing the public that organic foods is the only food that they should be consuming, and GMOs pose immediate health risks. What many people fail to realize that the really organic food has the same standard per the FDA, with additions of a standard lower of the chemical pesticides that they spray. If the average adult was asked what GMOs meant, they probably wouldn't know what it was or be able to tell you. The public is often taught that GMOs is bad and you should stay as far away from it as possible. Therefore, only 9 genetically modified food products are available to the public at this point. That is corn, cotton, soybeans, sugar beets, alfalfa, papaya, potatoes, and squash. After health testing, after a sample of a dead harvest, these tests have been proven numerous times over years, over decades now, to be opposed to no health risks. Unfortunately, the public lacks an education of research causes them to believe whatever is put in front of them. This misconception of agriculture can be easily avoided by educating the public. The introducing of agricultural science class at the high school level and involvement in FFA and 4-H can play a huge role in informing the public about where their food is coming from and how it is grown and raised. For example, in Arizona, they have educated programs offered by the Arizona Beef Council and Arizona Farm Bureau. These classes are for people of all ages. If the public is educated, we can put the end to this falsified information spread and clear the name of agriculture of our nation's most noble employment. Thank you.